So cedar, so yeah, it's a you know, one of the hedges. So this, unfortunately, this up here, I don't know if you can kind of see it's yellowing. This looks like this entire branch has died. There's a little growth at the start, but this is all dead. So yeah, so I have to try to kind of refigure out the apex there a little bit, and then I also just want to push it back, thin it out, trim it down. Otherwise, it's just going to start getting really lanky. You know, so try to push some growth interior. I might put a little bit of wire on. Kind of looks like wire's okay, but it's going to start biting in. So probably keep the wire, put a little bit more on, and just trim it back. Brought her in a lot, trimmed it back, tried to open up space in the interior without trying to lose too many of the interior branches. You know, this one I've sort of split this pad. I had it as one, and you know, it's a bit thin, like that branch is a bit thin because it kind of comes out to the forefront a bit, but I actually like it. For now, we'll see. I think maybe once these can kind of cover and create sub pads. You know, the apex, I had to get rid of that top and move it around and use the top highest point to kind of make the apex. It's a little like flat. This will grow out, and I wanted more of a more of a dome, right? Even more maybe up there. So it's just a little sparse and thin at the top. But yeah, I'm really liking it. It is starting to get leggy, so I'm starting to kind of think about how to, you know, like how do you bring this branch back? You know, you eventually cut it to these, but so, you know, I really have to nurture these interior branches, because those might be what I'm cutting back. Otherwise, I'll just end up with these little tufts at the end. But yeah, I can't wait to see how it pushes out. And I've got a little bit, like, it's a little like flat, like all the fronds are coming this way, and it's just the way I had to make this apex. So, you know, I need more growth up on top, because right now it's like looks like a little toupee or something on the top. Yeah, and I scruffed off all the soil, put some new moss in, got a nice, like, you can see a much nicer nabari. Might be hard to see, it's wet. There's a root there, and root goes down in there. So I was able to pull back down even more, and finally get to a nicer nabari, which is really quite nice. So it's grown out a little bit. You can see the top it's like too wide for the top. Top needs to have a little bit more of a dome, sort of. You know, it could be thicker here, right? Kind of rounded out. And when I'd originally done this, it was sort of flattened over and all turned up. So it really actually looks nice. And you know, I am starting to get, this is a bit long. Luckily I have all this interior growth, and so I can eventually, if I want, chop back to here and just start regrowing it out. And I'll get more ramification that way. So that's kind of the long term, but I'm just loving this tree. You know, pretty good nabari, but mostly it's just for a nursery stock tree. I'm just really liking it. And it's growing out really good. I don't know if I had any dieback, which was nice. Gave it quite a hard prune, as you can see. So I do think I can spray paint this container, but yeah, this is what happens, right? It cracks. Cement starts to crack over time. I got the pot painted up. Piece to that, right? I love this pot. this made a long time ago in my original batches. It's just held up so well. It's light, it hasn't cracked. Anyways, I don't know. Had the mix right and everything right. Shimpaku Juniper, super overgrown. You know, the base, the trunk is thickened out so much. Part of me is like, oh, I should let it just keep going and just thick, but I need to turn it into a bonsai. And this is one where I've just moved branches every crossing over every which way. So I'm gonna clean up and see. I really don't know what kind of design I'm gonna make out of this, but I think it's gonna be quite a big transformation. I've been scared of this one. I've been scared of, and so now I'm realizing as soon as I have that fear, I just gotta tackle it. I just gotta tackle it, because when am I doing it any other time, right? A little teeny piece of deadwood there, and there's some deadwood sticking out here. So, you know, maybe there will be a lot more deadwood made. Yeah, we'll see. There she is, all trimmed up. This is, oh my gosh, I want to say 3 weeks later, 4 weeks later. It's a little empty spot here, but oh man, do I love it. Finally, it's from that shaggy sort of tree back to something that resembles a bonsai. And I got that one dead, but I always have trouble getting rid of deadwood, because, you know, once it's gone, it's gone. And you know, I was worried about this little hook, the second branch, it almost shrunk, but it actually doesn't bother me at all. I've been looking at this tree, and it's gonna, you know, it's still filling out and growing quite a bit. Yeah, I'm hoping to get this one into a you know, like a more square container. This was a container I built in broken pottery, and so I just made this sort of. And I do love the container. It's just the wrong tree for the container. And what's amazing is a few of these, like this is one of my original containers, and it has not cracked at all. I must have, and I have it so thin, I don't know how, you know, almost perfect consistency, drying, all that stuff that makes it work. This little larch tree. Pushing out lots of growth, as you can see, and so I just need to give it a little quick trim. Nothing special really about this video as far as a big one, but you know, I just need to pull off these little tips, see if I want this to extend or chop it back to push growth back and, you know, get more ramifications. So essentially I'm going to push it all back, and then, you know, taking up here there's a lot of vigor, so I'll pull these all back to where there's a bifurcation in the right direction, hopefully, you know, because the buds form on one side, top side, top side, top side. So yeah. So there it is, all pruned back. There was a big branch coming up here, but mostly I just cut it right back. Left this one a little longer. I want this branch to be thicker and bigger, even though it kind of comes off the inside of the curve there. It's okay, because that's the biggest curve. And anyways, this is going to be the primary branch that comes down, and so I want to see a nice branch right off. And these I feel like can be brought down maybe a little, but not much. And sort of try to create some sort of pads. And here it's pretty small, so try to create pads like that with larch, but that'll look really nice, especially as it first flushes here in a bit. And larch, I might even have the progression of that larch for us, just how it's come out this spring. And you know, I'm liking seeing bits of the sort of trunk in the middle there, and I'm getting some pads. It wasn't that super strong on all the trimming at the right times to get the perfect ramification. Really good trim in the spring, you'll see, which I guess you'll see here. So